Today I'm going to go over my creator space. You might find some of it useful. There isn't much to it, it's pretty small, but you can check it out. I made a video somewhat recently about data storage, but since then I've already upgraded it, and I'm going to be talking about the computer and things like that as well. Definitely important to making videos. So first off, we've got the computer area. I did upgrade the desk. This is what my chair looks like most of the time because I want to keep it in decent condition. So it's one of the mesh chairs. I have one screen vertical, one horizontal. It's just a fitment thing, and I've learned to like having a vertical screen. This is actually a standing desk thanks to, I think, Momentum Productions, something like that. I'll put a link. He made a video about this specific desk. Goes up. This is a Shure MV7 with a foam from actually their super popular microphone. Just gives it a little bit more reach. Judd gave that suggestion, so I went along with that. I still have the foam from the actual MV7. Right now I'm using it through USB, but it can do XLR on the back, which is nice. And I use two sets of headphones. I don't want to buy a super expensive pair. I had bought these for monitoring, these Sony ones, and I'm not amazingly thrilled with them, but they're okay. So that goes to one output. And then these go to the other ones. I use these for watching anime and stuff like that. I have a dual monitor arm that can hold the lights and a camera. I've been trying to set up stations for different equipment, and I don't have a camera that can be dedicated to this, but hopefully eventually I'll be able to get more. Have something right there just ready to go all the time. But I do have one of my AC adapters ready for action when I want to hook up a camera. This is a Motu M2. So it has two XLR ports, but it has good audio out, which is the reason I picked it up. Basically, it allows you to not have a sound card or not use your onboard sound from your computer motherboard. I used to use a Sound Blaster card for years and years and years. I still have it, but I switched out with this. This is my old filming area with these foam things and this makeshift setup to have a nice light coming in. If we try to look to the side here, I use these clamp lights with daylight colored LED bulbs. It's okay, but definitely not the best setup there. And then here from this microphone arm that can move, and I still use it. I have lenses. I keep these open so there's some aeration, but different equipment and mounts. Some miscellaneous with lenses, the older manual lenses, and more miscellaneous stuff. Memory cards, nice little container with some other stuff. And then in there I've got filters with the caps and all that. Here I have a fire-resistant bag with batteries. More organization of camera equipment, audio stuff, and power stuff there. And the big thing for mounts. One thing besides that with keeping my stuff clean is that I wear a hat with my headphones. So it keeps the headphones in decent condition, and I can wash these. And I do it inside out so that the seams are not touching me all the time. So it's a little more comfortable that way. QNAP NAS, it's a TSX31K. It's not that great. I would not recommend this NAS. I bought it Black Friday thing, thinking I'd use it for something else, but I use it for ingest. Basically, go out for a day and I've got a few memory cards. I'm gonna hook it up to this and then use this quick download feature, which works okay, but not the best. So I have this card reader attached, and I can copy the entire card to this device. I have two 3 terabyte drives in RAID 1, so that's duplication. And I have two 500 gigabyte SSD drives in RAID 0 just to make them larger. And it works okay because it gives me a few backups of my memory cards right straight away, and then I can pull it to the computer through the network. It goes around 110 megabytes a second transfer speeds. Here on the computer rack, more drives. So this is a QNAP TR004, actually two of them. I have four 14 terabyte in one and four 10 terabyte in the other one. They're in RAID 5, so you get a decent amount of storage and some backup capability. I have two 16 terabyte Seagate drives, just singular drives, so that I have 1, 2, 3 backups of my entire project archive. So here's my main computer. I've had most of this since 2016. The GTX 1060, i7 6700, some fluid bearing fans in here. It's pretty decent for what it is. This is a new component. It's actually a Highpoint RAID controller for M.2 drives, so you could fit 4 M.2 drives, which I actually have 4 1 terabyte drives in there. Right now they're set up to RAID 10, but I'm thinking I might go back to RAID 0 on that just to get ultimate speed. This is what I put all my active projects on in the computer, and I have a duplication of that right here with a 2 terabyte SSD. Actually I have 2 1 terabytes in here as well, just for miscellaneous stuff, and a 2 terabyte boot drive for programs and all that. 32 gigabytes of RAM. Hopefully going to be able to change out the motherboard, processor, and graphics card eventually, but right now with the current situation and just expense, you know, it's really hard to find the newer AMD processors. Basically the main expense here is this kind of ludicrous SSD thing that I said to go with, and maybe not the smartest purchase ever, but so far it's been working okay. Projects, active projects, to be as quick as possible with the video editor definitely helps. Here is my recently revised thing. I used this table for a long time with the computer. Not the stablest thing ever, but it worked okay. Now I'm going to use it for gear, videos, and things of that nature. Ninja 400 from Weeylite. Nice light, it's been working well. They did provide this to me, so I did not pay for it, but so far, been using it quite a bit, and it works. That is the extent of what I have available to use for all of this YouTube online media stuff that I've been really pushing and putting a lot of effort into. It's been working okay. I've been trying to improve things little by little as I go, and it's the extent of it at the moment. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you found any of it interesting or you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm Scott for Bounds. Thanks.